For generations, the royal palace of Ijoba had been a place where only the powerful entered. Kings, chiefs, warriors, noble families. People with names that carried history. But on this day, the palace gates opened for someone nobody expected. A young village woman named Amara. She had no royal blood, no wealth, no powerful family behind her. She only carried her courage, her wisdom, and the lessons her father taught her. Many inside the palace believed she did not belong there. They saw a poor girl entering a world reserved for royalty. But they did not understand something. A crown does not become stronger because of gold. A kingdom becomes stronger when truth is allowed to enter. And Amara was about to bring a truth that many powerful people had spent years hiding. The morning sun rose over Odon village as Amara prepared for the journey. The royal invitation remained in her hands. She had read the message several times. Each time, the same question returned. Why would the palace want to see her? Toby watched her prepare. Are you afraid? Amara smiled. A little. The boy looked surprised. You? Amara laughed softly. Being brave does not mean you are never afraid. It means you do what is right even when fear is present. Boberton approached before she left. He placed his hand on her shoulder. Remember who you are? Amara nodded. She did not know what awaited her inside the palace. But she knew one thing. She would not allow royal wars to make her forget herself. Amara traveled with the royal messenger through the kingdom. As they moved closer to the capital, she noticed the difference. The roads became wider. The buildings became larger. The number of warriors increased. The kingdom looked impressive. But she also noticed something else. Many people outside the palace still struggled. Farmers worked under the hot sun. Traders carried heavy loads. Children walked long distances. The beauty of the capital existed beside the hardship of ordinary life. Amara remembered Eo. Now she understood why he had been so determined to see beyond the palace walls. The royal palace appeared before Amara like a different world. Huge walls surrounded the compound. Warriors stood proudly at the entrance. Golden decorations reflected the sunlight. She stopped for a moment. Not because she was impressed, but because she understood the power represented by those walls. The guards opened the gates. People inside looked surprised. A village woman entering the palace was unusual. Some servants whispered, "Who is she? Why has the king invited her?" Amara heard them. But she continued walking. She had not come to impress anyone. She had come because she was invited. Inside the palace, Amara was received by royal attendants. Some treated her politely. Others looked down on her. A noblewoman examined her clothing. "You came from the village?" Amara nodded. The woman smiled. "That explains everything." The comment was meant to insult her. But Amara remained calm. She had learned that some people used wealth to feel important. She did not answer with anger. She answered with dignity. Every person begins somewhere. The woman had no response. When Adewale heard that Amara had arrived, he immediately went to meet her. For a moment, he forgot the palace. He forgot the engagement. He forgot the expectations surrounding him. He only saw the woman who had changed his understanding of leadership. But when he reached her, he noticed something. Amara was respectful, but distant. She bowed slightly. "Your Highness." Adewale wished she would call him Eo again. But he understood. The trust between them was still broken. King Adetikan welcomed Amara personally. This surprised everyone. A king rarely gave such attention to someone without noble background. "Welcome to Ijoba Palace." Amara bowed respectfully. "Thank you, Your Majesty." The king studied her. He understood why his son respected her. There was confidence in her words. Not arrogance but confidence. "I have heard about your kindness in Odon village." Amara replied. I only did what anyone should do. The king smiled. That answer told him a lot. Not everyone welcomed Amara. Chief Baligan watched her carefully. He had expected someone poor to feel intimidated. But she did not. You must find palace life very different from your village. Amara replied. It is different. Baligan smiled. Perhaps too different. Amara looked at him. Every place has its own challenges. The chief noticed her confidence. She was not easily frightened. That concerned him. That evening, the palace held a grand feast. Amara sat among nobles and royal guests. The table was filled with expensive food. Music filled the hall. But Amara noticed something. The servants who prepared the feast were standing far away. They worked hard but received little recognition. She remembered the village. People helped each other because they understood struggle. Inside this beautiful hall, she saw another kind of distance. The wealthy were surrounded by comfort. But they were separated from the people who made that comfort possible. During the feast, a nobleman made a careless comment. Village people should be grateful when the palace provides for them. The room became quiet. Amara looked at him. Should people be grateful for receiving what they helped create? The nobleman frowned. What do you mean? She answered. The farmers grow the food. The workers build the roads. The traders keep markets alive. Adewale watched silently. This was the Amara he knew. A woman who spoke truth even when powerful people were listening. After the feast, people discussed Amara. Some admired her courage. Others disliked her honesty. Chief Baligan understood the danger. The village girl was not dangerous because she wanted power. She was dangerous because she questioned those who already had it. Adewale noticed the reaction. He knew Amara would face resistance. The palace was not like Oden village. Here, words could create enemies. After the feast, Prince Adewale found Amara walking alone through the palace garden. The garden was filled with beautiful flowers, tall trees, and carefully arranged pathways. It was a place where members of the royal family came to escape the noise of the palace. Adewale approached slowly. You handled yourself well tonight. Amara looked at him. I was only speaking the truth. He smiled. That is what makes some people uncomfortable. Amara looked around the garden. Your world is very different from mine. Adewale nodded. Yes. She turned to him. Then remember something, Your Highness. The people outside these walls are not just subjects. They are human beings. Adewale looked at her. I know. Amara shook her head. No. You are learning? The prince accepted her correction. Because he knew she was right. The next morning, Princess Zainab requested to meet Amara. Everyone wondered why. Some expected jealousy. Some expected conflict. But when Amara entered the room, she found something unexpected. Zainab welcomed her calmly. I have heard many things about you. Amara bowed respectfully. I hope they are good things. Zainab smiled. They are interesting things. The two women studied with each other. One was born into royalty. The other was shaped by hardship. Yet both carried strength. Zainab understood something. Amara was not trying to take her place. She was simply someone who had touched Adewale's heart. The conversation between Amara and Zainab continued. I imagine palace life feels strange to you, Zainab said. Amara smiled. It does. Zainab laughed softly. Sometimes it feels strange even to me. Amara looked surprised. The princess explained that royal life came with expectations. Every action was watched. Every decision carried consequences. Amara realized something. Although their lives looked completely different, both women carried burdens they did not choose. One carried the responsibility of a royal family. The other carried the responsibility of survival. Chief Baligan understood that direct opposition could make him look cruel. So he chose another approach. He began spreading questions. Is it wise for a prince to spend so much time with someone without royal blood? Will the people accept such a person? Will tradition survive? The questions moved quietly through the palace. Soon, even those who respected Amara began wondering what her presence meant. Balogun knew something important. Fear could control people more effectively than force. During her stay at the palace, Amara discovered a large royal library. Rows of ancient books filled the room. Historical records. Kingdom documents. Stories of past rulers. She was amazed. A palace scholar noticed her curiosity. Most visitors come here only to admire the room. Amara touched an old book. Knowledge should not only be admired. It should be used. The scholar smiled. He had heard many nobles speak about wisdom. But this village woman understood its purpose. While exploring the library, Amara noticed something unusual. Some records were incomplete. Several reports about villages ended suddenly. She asked the scholar, "Why are these documents missing information?" The scholar hesitated. "Some reports are edited before reaching the king." Amara became concerned. Edited by whom? The scholar looked around before answering. Those with influence. The discovery troubled her. The problems she saw in villages were not unknown. Someone had been controlling what the palace knew. Amara immediately found Adewale. She explained what she discovered. The palace may not know the full truth about the kingdom. Adewale listened carefully. This confirmed his fears. The problem was not only that people suffered. The problem was that information was being hidden. Who would do this? Amara looked at him. Someone who benefits from people not knowing. The prince became silent. Both of them knew the answer could lead to dangerous consequences. That evening, Adewale requested access to village reports. King Adetikan allowed him. The prince carefully examined the documents. The information looked perfect. Too perfect. According to the records, every village was improving. But his own eyes had shown him something different. Families are struggling. Farmers suffering. Markets controlled by wealthy merchants. The reports and reality were completely different. The king looked at his son. "You believe these records are false?" Adewale answered. "I believe they are incomplete." As days passed, Amara noticed the change. Some servants became colder. Some nobles avoided her. Whispers followed her through the palace. A woman from the royal household approached her. "You should be careful." Amara asked. "Why?" The woman lowered her voice. "Because some people believe you are changing the prince." Amara looked toward the palace courtyard. She understood. The struggle was no longer only about her relationship with Adewale. It was about the future direction of the kingdom. During the next council meeting, Adewale surprised everyone. He stood before the chiefs. "I request a complete investigation into the reports coming from our villages." The room became silent. Chief Balogun immediately objected. "Your Highness, such an investigation could create unnecessary confusion." Adewale looked at him. "Truth does not create confusion. It reveals what already exists." The king watched his son carefully. This was no longer the young prince who left the palace. This was a future ruler beginning to understand his responsibility. But by challenging the system, Adewale had created powerful enemies. And those enemies were preparing their next move. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please give it a like, leave a comment, and share it with someone who may enjoy it too. Do not forget to follow or subscribe for more. See you in the next episode.